Okay, hello, welcome again. Okay, my name is Mr. Cha, and today we are doing the subject strategic management. And I welcome you to this class. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to voice out. Okay. Uh, if you are not speaking, you can actually off your mic, or else sometimes it cause disturbances. Okay. If you are speaking, then please just on your mic. Okay. Now I will start off with notices to students. Now whatever I show here is already inside the WhatsApp. So I just sort of highlight to you. So let me see. I cannot remember how to do the slideshow. Right, for kind of slide. Okay, Penny, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 3 to 5, and these are the dates. Okay, so for the next 3 Saturday, inclusive of this, and this is the link. You got 10 class. Please be punctual. We have, oh, I'm wrong. I typed wrongly. It should be 3 types. So written, presentation, case study. I will talk about this later. Then the coursework you need to upload to this drive. Okay, so let's look at this drive. Now, when you upload your assignment, everything, hang on, I need to sign in. But you guys don't need to sign in. Okay. Depending on your status. Oh, hang on. I need to go and use my handphone. 72, okay? Right. So you need to put in here, and obviously I think most of you know already, I'm not too sure, but just go through very fast. So you have the new, you upload your file, right? Okay, so no problem. What's fan, PPT can, Excel, PDF, doesn't matter. Okay, just sort of upload. Okay, now let's continue. Now I actually have many students. Okay, even this morning also I got, this afternoon I got, and then during the weekday also I got students. And therefore, when you're submitting, please submit to this drive. Okay, your assignment, presentation, and your case study. Okay, don't submit to my WhatsApp because if I got 50 students, I will have received 150 email. No? So please just put to this correct drive. Okay, and you need to put in your name, the methodology of your file naming, student name, course. So let's say, for example, Penny, then assignment, or Hacharan, presentation, and the Malaysian name I cannot remember. Okay, Puan or Sufyan, case study. Okay, so you need to put very clearly for me. Okay, so I can see easily. Okay, deadline 5 p.m. 23rd of May. Now, please follow this deadline. Today is the 9th, so you got approximately around 2 weeks. Okay, because next month I will have a new group of students. Okay, so far, any question based on this?
No.
Benny, any question? Line did die, Ria. Hello?
No question.
Oh, you must answer. Somebody must answer. No. First choice is Penny. You must answer. Else I thought the line is dead. Okay,
No.
then I have to lock in again.
Okay.
Okay, so now. Okay, so this is the notice to student is already posted into the WhatsApp. Okay, now I want to talk about assignment, presentation, and case study. Okay, so we start with assignment. I think most of you know already because you are not a new student. So we have a cover sheet. Now I allow up to maximum 4 students as a group. So you can put a 4 student name and your ID. You can submit singular, twin, or triplets, or 4 person in a row. And the first name is the one going to put into the drive, the Google Drive. If you got 4 names, don't 4 person put in. Only 1 person put in will be enough because when I open the file, I will see your 4 person name and your ID. Okay. Oh yeah. So just type the first person name and the date should not be more than 23rd of May. Okay. Now evaluate the assignment, evaluate the foundation of strategic management by assessing the external and internal environment and determine sources of competitive advantage and value creation. Oh, that's a very long one, but it ties back to what you should be learning. Get this? Foundation I think the external environment and determine the sources of competitive advantage and value creation. And this tie back to CL1, tie back to chapter 1, 2, and 3. So once you, up to number 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is CL1, okay? So, what else do I need? Hang on. Don't worry, 2,000 words, okay? Times Roman, size 12, do a 1-inch margin around. Please make the spelling and grammar check. Under review. And you can type your answer in the next page. Okay? And then put the file name and send it. So far, any problem?
Sir. Sir.
Huh?
Sir, this assignment, is it by group?
Oh, I just said maximum 4% in the group.
4 person in the group.
Yeah. But you guys are online. You don't see each other physically, right? I don't know whether you have contacted each other already. If you have your own group, go ahead. But maximum 4% to a group.
I see.
How about if we want
Okay.
to do individual, sir?
Can also?
Oh, individual also
Can.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, now we look at the case study. Same thing. Case study here. So this is the case study. Walt Disney. Okay. We can read through the case study. This is a reference for the case study. And these are the two wonderful questions. 2,000 words, so 1,000 words for each question. Okay. Now look. Let me go back. Can you see the assignment? Can you see the word evaluate? Evaluate is not explain, huh? Okay, it means exactly the word evaluate. You must understand a bit, and then you can judge. So evaluate is something like judging. Okay. Now under case study, analyze the role of accountability. Okay. Of Disney, or evaluate. So one is analyze and one is evaluate. They are different. Analyze means go through it, okay, and pick out the important points, okay, and evaluate means, like I say, judge. Okay, so case study 2, case study got 2 questions, and it comes from this one. Design complete functional synergy strategy analysis finding and formulate effective implementation action plan, which covers, I think, I don't know, that day was up to 4, isn't it? Chapter 4, so maybe, yeah, can you see? 5, strategic formulation, functional business corporate level, implementation, up to chapter 7. That's why you have this kind of keyword, implementation and so forth, right? Effective implementation and action plan, completion strategy, and therefore, I've selected a case study that covers this. Okay, so you can see implementation, restructuring. So these are the questions that is for section 2. So again, same thing, right? The cover page, filling in, maximum 4%, first name, do submission to drive, and you can now answer in the, no, just type it to the next page lah, and put the word answer lah. Just type in the word answer, type in the word answer here, and then start to write. Okay? Now the last one is presentation. So presentation, see. Now presentation, I want you to be in PowerPoint, so you need to copy this cover sheet to input as the first page of the PowerPoint, and you will ask, the topic is measure and control, process, review, strategy, balance, taking corrective, we'll do 20 minutes. Okay, so strategy, evaluation, and control. Okay, which ties back to appraising strategy, evaluation framework, robust governance, and control mechanism. Which tie back to chapter, I don't know, 9, 10, maybe. Okay, evaluation, 3, evaluation, management and control, and corporate governance. So I make a request for you to do a PowerPoint presentation. 20-minute PowerPoint most likely will be 20 slides will do. Okay, first page is the cover page. Second page may be a page of contents. So you need to write about 18 pages. Okay, so this is what you need to write. Okay. So far, any question?
No,
So far, I repeat, any question?
no, thank you.
Okay. So now, let's look at the WhatsApp. So the WhatsApp group is MBA online, right? Oh, no. Hang on. And you will see, this is the notice, this is the assignment question, case study question in the WhatsApp group, and presentation question, and then you got chapter 1 to 10. This table 4 is not given to you, suppose it's the college property, so we're not going to give you this one, okay? Just for your better understanding, okay? Now, we will do chapter 1 first. Okay, I'm going to skip 2 pages, okay? Because some you can read by yourself, okay? Hang on, Really? Where am I? Hang on. Okay, I don't know. Wait, something went wrong. I don't know what it means, but anyway. Okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to off my camera first, right? Okay. Now, the topic of strategic management is very wide. Okay. It's a management subject, therefore it's not formula based. So strategic management, we can teach you the science, but we cannot teach you the art. Okay, so during this course, we will go through some science, and also I will try to help you with looking at the art. Okay. Now, the first thing we will look at chapter 1, the overview. Okay. The sum of the learning objective is also important. So this 4 objective is the same as just now the table 4. Okay. Now, what is strategic management? The art and science. Now, when we say the word science, we can easily think about physics law or mathematical laws. 2 plus 2 must be equal to 4, and that's 4. That sort of things. But it's the art that is the key point of strategic management. Okay, of doing what? Formulating, implementing, evaluating cross-functional decisions that enable to achieve its goals. Okay, formulating is making, implement the plan. It can be a goal, formulating a plan, formulating your objectives, then you implement it, and then you evaluate whether the actual versus the plan. Okay, cross-functional decision as opposed to, for example, marketing management is top marketing, HR management, accounting, right? Supply chain, production, operation management, and so forth. Okay, these are all functional. But Strategic management covers all. That's the problem. Because you need to have very wide exposure. Your mind must be very open. Your antenna must be very high up. Then you can become a good strategic manager. Okay, you are not focusing on marketing or HR or accounting or production or supply chain or quality management, whatever it is. You are not focusing on them, but you know them. You need to know the various disciplines, what is happening outside the world, what is happening inside your company, right? Then only you can become a good strategic management, and that's where the art is. And that is where it's difficult to teach and to acquire the knowledge. Okay? But anyway, don't worry about it. Sometimes we use the word strategic planning to say the strategic management. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, let's make it bigger for you. First, we develop the mission and vision of a company. Right now, you can see some slides I will not be touching because I will explain in other slides one. So later on you can see some slide on the mission and vision, but I'm not going to touch on that because now I'm going to explain to you. Now, if you are working, most likely you will know what is mission and vision of your company. Okay. Now, what is a mission? Mission M. Okay, start with the word M. The letter M is what you are. Your business is right now. Now. Okay. Let's say, for example, let's talk about practical example. Penny, are you working? What industry?
Yes. What industry? I'm from finance. I'm from finance.
Okay, you are maybe your accounting background, ECC or CIMA or whatever it is. What industry? Your company?
Trading.
Sorry?
Trading, fastener.
You are a trading business.
Yeah.
Trading what? Product?
Trading the product fastener. Screw nut.
Oh, okay. Fastener, screw nut. Okay, so we will use you as an example for practical. Okay? So maybe your vision, your mission is to carry on making the bolts and the nuts and whatever it is, right? The metal pieces. Okay? Now, vision means what you want to do in the future. Hey, by the way, can you see my cursor one? Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
The moving cursor?
Yes.
Can, huh? So vision is what you want your business to be in the future. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it sounds logical, but it is very important. Because somebody write the wrong vision and somebody have the wrong vision. CEO wake up in the morning, okay, I want to increase sales by 20%. That's their vision. I want to be number one in Malaysia in 2 years' time. You cannot do like that. Okay? You cannot just wake up in the morning and say you want to do what, or carry on your current mission. This depending on these two. Let's say, for example, okay, you're making the metal parts. Okay, Penny is making metal parts, and suddenly, because of new technology, there's no requirement for metal parts. Everything becomes plastic. So your vision is to carry on making the plastic part will be wrong. Because new technology comes in. And your vision, you want to be number one in Malaysia to make all those connecting parts, may be wrong. Because the external and internal environment will not allow you to do that. If that's the case, therefore you need to change your mission and vision. Now, sometimes when you go to company, or maybe you go to the petrol station, maybe a petrol station could have a mission and vision, you look at the statement carefully. Can it be achieved? If the mission and vision cannot be achieved, then why are you having it? For example, now you are maybe a salesman in this penny company, and the CEO say, okay, we want to be number one Okay, our vision, want to be number one in 2 years' time. But the external environment and the internal environment do not allow you to become number one. And then, you know what happened? The CEO said, marketing manager, come here. Okay, we want to be number one. But because of external and internal environment, you cannot do it. You cannot achieve your target. You get scolding or you get sacked. Now, the problem is, the achieving your target may be in 2 years' time. So in the meantime, you will say to your boss, yes, 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 don't worry. We will follow your mission and the vision. We will try to be number one in 2 years' time. Okay? You know why he say yes? Because he hasn't got a new job yet. He still need a current job. So therefore, he say yes. But after 2 years cannot achieve, then he sack the marketing manager and bring in a new marketing manager. Same. The production manager. Hey, we want to be number one in 2 years' time. We need to produce more. But because of the external and internal environment, do not allow you to become number one. So the production manager in the meantime will say, all the KPIs. Company are very famous for KPIs. Okay, hey, KPI, number one in 2 years' time. Oh, everybody say yes. Why? Even though sometimes they don't agree, they say yes because they still need the job. It's because the boss never consider the external and internal environment. This will be the job, very important job for strategic management. To understand the external and internal, then to see whether the mission and mission can be accomplished. Maybe you may have to change your mission and mission. That's why sometimes you see company entirely give up their business and go to the new business. It's like, for example, you are your company, number one, making roti canai. Suddenly, in your market, nobody will eat roti canai. You are number one in making roti canai. Most tasteful, very cheap. But nobody want to eat. So the external and internal environment do not allow you to make roti canai because there's no market. So your mission and vision must change. Then the question arises, how often you need to change your mission and vision? Whenever it is so much changes in the external and internal environment, you have to change, you change. If not, you cannot survive. The main aim of business, okay, is not corporate social responsibility. It is not ethical business ethics or corporate governance. The main number one main of business is to make profit. It's only with profit you can pay your employees, can buy raw materials, convert it to finished good, then you sell, and with the profit you can expand or pay dividends to your shareholders, pay salary to everybody now. Okay, so if you do not make profit, your business maybe in the short run can, in the long run cannot. Okay, so that's what it means by mission and vision. Now, the next one is here. Now, this chart was made very funny. Okay, why is this not come here first? Because the reason is because most companies already started already. They already got a mission. It's very difficult. Let's say your company they know how to make the metal parts. It's very hard for them to change to, let's say, shoemaking, or really hard for your company suddenly become a travel agency company, right? So that's why it was put here first. But nevertheless, you must do your external and internal. Then only you can establish the goals. Long-term objective or long-term goal, generate, evaluate, and choose the strategies to serve this goal, implement the strategies, then measure and evaluate. Now, at any one time, whereby the internal and external change so much, therefore the goals and the vision and the mission has changed, this will need to change. Okay? There's only one constant thing in this world, and that is called change. Change our external and change our internal environment. Now, where does the strategic management people come in? Everywhere. Especially 1, 2, 3, 4. Here maybe the various functional department, HR, marketing, okay, they will implement the strategy. So now I'll give you an example. For Penny case, after her company has done the external environment a lot of opportunity for electric EV vehicles coming in. The metal parts are different, so there's opportunity to have new metal parts, to have new business. Okay, and the internal environment, but there may be threats. The threat is maybe currently the aluminium to make parts is very expensive. Okay, so that's a threat. That is called opportunity and threats. It's external to you, of your company. And here you have the internal, maybe your internal strength and weakness. Okay, so what are strengths? Strengths are for penny company, oh, we have got many years of experience to do stamping on the metal parts. Okay, what is our weakness? Oh, our people are demotivated, very lazy. Okay, for example. Okay, so you will have external, internal. Now, most of you have heard of the word called SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. That is wrong. Listen to me. Okay? My class, practical. Don't do SWOT. Do OTSW, because the external you cannot control. The opportunity and threats is beyond your control. Okay? You can either take advantage of opportunity or threats, how to avoid or minimize the threat. Internal you can control. Your strength, okay, or your weakness. Okay, you have a certain strength in metal stamping, okay, take advantage of this metal stamping. You got weakness, your people are lazy, demotivated, you can take actions to increase the motivation. In other words, your internal, you can control to a certain extent. External, you cannot control. That is why when you're doing strategic management, you always do OTSW. Don't use your strength and weakness to go and find opportunity or threats. It is the opportunity and threats that will determine whether you have the strength or the weakness. In other words, if you see an opportunity, do you have the strength to take it? If you don't have the strength to take it, that opportunity does not exist for you. Let's say, for example, now Malaysia is going to be a very young country. We have a lot of people. Okay, now, if you got, let's say you are a hospital, you have lesser business because we have a lot of young people, right? Young people don't get sick very often. But if you're in Japan there are a lot of old people. In China, there are a lot of old people. It's good sense to have opened a hospital. Okay, so the opportunity is there. Let's say, for example, in Japan, you have a lot of old people. There's an opportunity because they're going to need a lot of hospital beds, wheelchair, medicine. What are the threats? Maybe a lot of competitors or government regulations. So what is your strength? Can we buy strength? Yeah. Employ a few doctors, specialists. What is our weakness? Brand name no good. So we do more marketing. So that's how you do opportunity, threat, strength. Now, do not start with strength and weakness. Oh, we are very good in roti canai making. That's our strength. But there's no opportunity. So what's the use of you talking about strength first? So again, I repeat, in many books, they always talk about SWOT. That is a wrong sequence. The right sequence should be OTSW. Now, how do you do the opportunity and threats and strength? How do you identify them? Earlier part of this class, what do I say? Open your horizon if you are strategic management. Okay? YouTube, newspaper, TikTok, Facebook, whatever social media. Okay? Attend conference. Okay? Listen to article. TED, TED, TED Talk. Go and listen, whatever. Open your mind. And then your antenna. The TV antenna to receive signal, put your antenna up. Be curious. When you are a strategic manager, you walk around, see what marketing is doing. Okay, see production, what is their problem? You need to understand that. Then only you can make strategy. The strategic manager is not a HR director, is not CFO is not a production GM. He's a, I wouldn't say a specialist, he's a jack of all trades. Then only he can see the overall. And these are the people we call generalists. And strategy management people are the ones who become executive directors. Okay? And they will get higher pay. Because they are the ones who actually contribute to the survival of the company by analyzing the external, internal, then adjust the mission and vision, then only can meet the goals, then only can generate which strategies to fill in the goals. Now, strategies and goals are different. Goals means, like, for example, I want to conquer the market 20% in next year. That is a goal. A strategy is, okay, we'll make more models for selling, we do more advertising, or can we also now inclusive of e-commerce? That is called strategies. But then you implement them, okay, which will be functional. Now, at the functional level, finance, accounting, okay, so these functional people will implement the strategies. And therefore, the strategy must tie back implementation of strategies. That means the finance, I don't know why. Hang on. My computer is, okay. Functional area, HR, marketing, production, finance, these are their individual department strategies. Those strategies of this department is supposed to tie back to these strategies. The corporate strategy, we call this here the corporate strategies. This is the departmental strategies. This corporate strategy is to tie back with a long-term strategy. This may be an annual strategy. This will be maybe 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. And this strategy tie back to the external, internal environment situation, which now helps to achieve the mission and vision. Can you understand this? It works this way. The arrow is pointing this way, but the consequences is that if this is not supporting because of whatever reasons, then this doesn't work, this doesn't work, and therefore this doesn't work. Therefore, when you are doing external and internal environment, you must be a jack of all trades of all functional areas to understand the problems they will get when they implement a certain strategy that we establish. Okay, the last one is measure evaluation. I don't need to teach you, it's quite simple. Okay, so far, do you understand what I'm saying? I like to stop here first.
Yes.
Okay, I like to stop here first. Hang on. I want to show you my face. Now, I am not saying HR is not important, accounts is not important, production, quality control, logistic, warehouse. I'm not saying they're not important. I'm saying they are important in implementing the strategies. Neither am I saying strategic management is most important. No. I'm saying that strategic management is the one that started the ball rolling. If the I like to use this example one. Okay, I'm driving my car. Understand? I'm driving my car. Now I'm at home, and I want to go to Mega Mall in KL. The car is a company. Mega Mall is my vision. How to go there? I need the steering wheel. I need to steer the car properly from my house to the Mega Mall. If there's no steering wheel, the car go to left, the car go to the right, maybe fall into the river. The 4 tires and the engine, the gear, all these are the functional area. Functional area by itself doesn't work unless you have a steering wheel. The steering wheel is strategic management. The whole thing. The steering wheel, the engine, everything is the whole company, the internal environment. Achieving to go there is the objective. And how to go there, we have to consider external environment. Even though you got a car, is there a road? Is there a highway? You want to go by highway? You want to go by toll? You want to go by road? And if there's no road or no toll, there is a vision to go to mega mall because you do not understand the external environment. There's no roads, no highway. How are you going to go? Even though your internal is very good. Do you get what I mean? That's a very important thing for you to understand. Now, let's talk practical. Now, okay, maybe Penny is in charge of finance. Do you know if you are the owner of a company or you're the executive director, as a strategist, you earn more than what you're earning right now as a CFO or as a financial manager or financial general manager. This earning more comes with more responsibility and comes with more knowledge. You need to develop yourself, Penny. Don't all the time looking at debit and credit. Okay, looking at financing, working capital lah, dividend theory lah, M&M theory, all this. You cannot just do that. You have to be busybody, Penny, to go and learn what's happening in marketing. Okay? To go and talk on how to do production, how to do QA. So, how do we do that? So now here comes the practical again. Look carefully at this model. Now, once you have done these two, and you have done this one, and you have this one, and you've chosen the strategy, that is where the strategy need to be informed to the functional. That's when you ask them to make their budget. It can be a 1 year budget, 2 year budget, I don't care. It's where you make the budget. It can be a detailed budget, whatever it is. Every functional area must have a budget. Budget in terms of manpower, okay, capital investment, core. These three are the main budgets. Call them in. Okay, let's say your budget cycle starts. Let's say your accounting calendar is 1st January, 31st December. That's your 1 year calendar for your company. Okay, so sometime in September, you're going to give them these kind of strategies. Tell them this strategy. Explain to them this strategy is what we will do because this strategy follow our long term, and our long term follow our environment, the internal, and these two will help to get our mission. That's where they must make their budget. Their budget strategy, marketing strategy must tie back to this strategy, which tie back to this strategy. Understand? Each department make their own strategy. Let's call in a meeting, right? And then we look at every individual, and that meeting is very important for the strategic management. That's where you learn. Okay? Each functional area, how are they performing? What cost? What capital expenditure or assets they want to buy? Okay, what kind of people they need to support this kind of strategy? That's where you learn all the other departments what they are doing. Okay, and then you have to be careful because some of them in the budgeting sometimes is not very accurate one. Some bluff one. Some they put in the extra little bit here and there. So you have to be very careful to cut out all this thing. The more you have budget meeting, over, let's say for example, you're working in a company for a long time, you know more and more, then you can catch this functional area, they got bluff you or not, and or something wrong, whatever it is. Okay, and every month you must monitor the actual with the plan, whether it's financial report or non-financial reports. Okay, things like for example, income statement, cost center statement. Income statement, what do you call that one? What do you call that one? Capital budget, actual versus budget, actual capital expenditure versus budget, and so forth. And you can monitor and you call each one managers in a big meeting every month, maybe 2 days after the month is over, 2 or 3 days, cannot be so long. Then ask them to explain where they're out, where they're down. Do they want to revise their functional strategies? That's when you learn. That's when you up the antenna. But that is only learning for internal. The external one, when you learn as a strategic management, is like I say, there's an art. There's no pure science. How many hours you must go to YouTube, how many hours you go to articles, how many hours you go to TED Talks and attend conference. That is, you have to learn by yourself where to get your information. Okay? So far, you understand what I'm saying? That is a very important thing for you to understand. Huh? So far, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as the strategic manager, general manager or executive director, you actually plays a very important part because sometimes the directors are not that smart. Okay, and the functional manager know not enough as a generalist. So the strategy manager is going to be a generalist with a foresight. And if you don't do well, you get problem. Now I've been working in Sony for 20 over years, and I've been to Japan 50 over times in Tokyo. 1 year we will have 2 budget meeting. First half is 6 months and 6 months, 12 months presentation. And the second half, we just present the last 6 months, okay? So I do a lot of strategic management. Okay, I need to keep on changing, keep on having the budget. If I understand what is external and internal changes, then I need to do that. I've been doing that strategic management for this Sony in Bangi. 20 years times 2, 40 times. The other 10 times is to other meeting. Okay, so about 50 times. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay, because I do strategic management as part of my executive directorship. It's the most important job. I got under me functional managers, but my functional manager cannot do strategic management. That's the issue. Okay, you need to have a different mindset. And you need to master the art, not the science. Okay, so so it's very rewarding because you can move the company the way you think is supposed to be correct. Okay, because this functional one sometimes a lot of infighting. They are not moving the actual company, and you need to move the company because you have to understand the first and most priority of company is to make profit. Only by doing this way, you have a reasonable chance to make profit. Okay, so where are we now? Where do we want to go? How are we going to get there? That's normal, simple thing. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about strategy. So I talked already, a lot of this already I talked. So let's look through. Okay, so we have discussed the mission and vision trade-off. So focus may be a little bit difficult to understand. So a clear roadmap, okay, on alignment to the long-term goals. But it can also lead to rigidity because we, strategy manager, also sometimes do not want to change. Okay, because we are very familiar. Okay, decision, relativity, okay, resource allocation. Okay, that's one, or you can read yourself. When the business mission and vision must be changed, shift in market condition, external environment, you want to expand or diversify. See, normally when you expand, it's only the external environment is available for you. Okay, or you want to diversify to other type of product categories or different type of products of different type of markets, or you have a crisis, or maybe you need to do rebranding. Okay, so where you must change. But how often you change? I will advise the mission can change, maybe 2 or 3 years sometime. This one, if you are lucky, you don't change for many years. Many, we're talking about 20, 30 years or something like that. Okay, if you get it correctly. Okay, so now I want to talk about competitive activities. What is competitive advantage? You do something, you make a product or you make a service, any activity, a product or service, you do so well compared to other activities done by the rival firm. You do so well that customer come to you first. You are the first choice for the customer. That is called a competitive advantage. Okay, or you have certain resource. Let's say in China they have a resource, rare earth. processing, refining, there's a competitive advantage to China. Other countries don't have. Now, why do we talk about competitive advantage? Because if you have competitive advantage, you are the market leader, you can set how the industry moves. You can set your pricing. Other people may have to follow. Okay? You can also set the technological advancement, or you can set the control, competitive advantage. Right? So company with competitive advantage get the most profit. Example, you heard of Japanese car, Toyota and Honda. Japanese car in Japan. Toyota number 1, Honda number 2. Because Toyota is number 1, they make a lot of profit. So they don't have to borrow money from the bank to build extra factories. Now Honda is number 2. Their profit is very, very much lesser than Toyota. So when they want to do expansion, they have to go borrow money from the bank. And therefore they have to pay interest. So number 1 become more and more profitable, don't have to pay any interest, and they can do expansion. Number 2, you can expand, but sometimes at a cost. And therefore that interest cost actually hamper down your profit. Being number 1 is the best, always, in any industry. In any industry, number 1 is the best. Because number 1 always get the most profit. Okay? Number 2, you get some profit. Number 3, you get some profit. If you are number 10 or number 11 in that industry, your profit is just very normal or very close to 0. And if you are number 30 in that industry, most likely you better go and change your mission and vision. Go into a new business better, because you're going to make loss. Okay? So when we talk about competitive advantage, now some company do not identify the company. They don't know. They've been doing the same thing again and again, and it's all the time bringing in sales, so they don't recognize it. When you don't recognize your competitive advantage, if your competitor recognize it and they will take your advantage from you, you are gone. Good example, Kodak. You make films, isn't it? Kodak make films. Yeah. Last time we take camera lah, then we take films. Let's say Canon camera lah, Kodak camera lah, Yashica camera lah. Okay. Then we make into the film 35mm. Then you go to a camera shop, right? The Photoshop, and then you process it, come out the brown color strip, and then you have the postcard size, and you're so happy. Okay. At that time, Kodak has got the competitive advantage, because they have the know-how. Okay? Then here comes a handphone. You guys still buying cameras? Or you're buying handphones with cameras. So they lost the competitive advantage. That's why Kodak bankrupt. Look at Nokia. If you still remember, if you don't remember, ask your parents. Okay? Do they have a Nokia? Nokia used to be number 1. Number 1 handphone. I'm not talking about smartphone. Number 1 handphone in the world. They have around 80 to 90% market share worldwide. Why they fail? Because they don't recognize the handphone has been moving to become smartphone with a lot of apps. That's why they die. Okay, so you must first understand what competitive advantage you have. Therefore, you can take your resources. Competitive advantage is your internal environment, not external. Your internal environment. Take care of its competitive advantage. Then build on it, and hopefully don't let competitor have it. So how do you stop competitor having it? That's where you have a thing called patents. You go and file a patent if it's a product. Okay, or let's say you have a competitive advantage, maybe your logo, like Coca-Cola logo or Starbucks logo. You know Starbucks, the girl, the green color one, the girl. That is all competitive advantage. McDonald's, the M. KFC. Okay, the wording KFC and the old kernel, those are all competitive advantage. Those are basically your internal. Okay, you can use, and if you have an opportunity to sell chicken, and I have an internal advantage, there's an opportunity in the market, they want to eat chicken. Okay, fine. Okay, population is growing, they will eat more and more chicken. So I have a brand new KFC. That is the advantage, because we can link KFC to fried chicken, the kernel taste. Well, American taste or whatever it is, okay? So that's called the competitive advantage. Okay, the external opportunity and threat. I think we may have heard of PST, political, economic, social, technological changes. And then recently another two more: legislation, law, and environment. Okay, but the original was PES, PST. So we have economy, social, cultural, domain, environment, political, many things. So all these external you cannot change because you are a company. Now, if you are, let's say for example, you are TNB. I think you all know what's TNB in Malaysia, number one provider, only provider for electricity. They don't have to worry so much about economic, social, cultural, democracy, right? Because they are the monopoly. Okay, but if most of us are not monopoly company, what are the monopoly company? Okay, electricity and water. Most other industries are all open for competition. So unless you are in these two industries, you have to worry about all the changes in the economy, social, culture, demographic. Then you have the internal one that you can control. Okay, they can control. Now, I'd like to add in one line. The opportunity and threat can significantly benefit or harm you. So if you are not in tune, your antenna is not up there, okay, to know the changes in the external environment, and you are still sleeping, okay, then most likely it will harm you, or you cannot take advantage of it. Even though if you don't do anything, right, your competitor will be doing. That's the problem. And don't forget, competitor also got strategic manager. Okay, your competitor also may be thinking strategically. Okay, they will overtake you. Okay. Other than that, key term strategy. Okay, so opportunity, grab opportunity, avoid weakness. To me, this is the best. You identify the opportunity. You can use your strength to achieve the opportunity. Now, if you don't have a strength to achieve this opportunity, let's say, for example, this country, nobody wears shoes. Oh, that's an opportunity because now we can tell them to wear shoes. But your strength, you don't know how to make shoes. So forget it. Okay. So normally I will look at this one as a first priority. That's where you allocate your resources, your attention, your marketing, advertising, your production planning, who to recruit in having this one. Because you know we have weakness. Of course we have weakness. Everybody got weakness. But we can control weakness. Sack the old people, bring in new people. Okay? I'm talking practical. Okay? People are lazy, just sack them. Acquire new knowledge, pay the royalty for patent fee. We can acquire skills to make our weakness become strength. But opportunity and threats, we cannot handle. Okay, so I will always use this one first. First priority. Okay, use the strength to achieve opportunity. Next one, this one. Grab opportunity, avoid weakness. Sorry, typing mistake. Okay, typing mistake, sorry. So anyway, grab opportunity. We will grab the opportunity, but sometimes we got weakness, we try to avoid the weakness to at least still grab opportunity. So these two is my favorite. These two I try to avoid to do so much. Okay, I don't do unless the threat is so terrible. Then I have to change the whole earlier chart. Okay, from weakness and strength. Okay, so there's no limit to your weakness, but it can be overcome. Okay, strength. You must take your strength to remember this word. Use your strength to achieve opportunity. That's the best way. If that opportunity is suitable for you and you have the strength for it, go for it. Okay, that's the best. Always remember this one. Okay. Annual objective policy is not so important. Benefits, enhanced communication and skill, greater commitment. All this okay. Whatever it is, not so good. Non-financial. Why some firms do no strategic planning or management? They don't know. They didn't attend my class. Okay. or no understanding or appreciation of the benefit of planning. No monetary value for doing planning. No punishment for not planning. This one is one. No. Hey, we have been doing like this all along. Why don't we just carry on? Okay? But don't forget, companies also close down. Too busy firefighting every day. Firefighting is the job of the implementing people, the functional area. Strategic management do not do firefighting. All the time there must be busybody learning external and internal. Okay? No planning as a waste of time since no product or service is made. Okay, so these are some examples why they do not do strategic planning. Lazy, content with current success, overconfidence, okay, prior bad experience with strategic planning done sometime or somewhere, so they do not like. So that's why they do not do strategic planning. Okay, now, so we do strategic planning. Any problem? We are human beings. If you are a strategic manager and you're gonna bias, say maybe you know how to make shoes, so you will try to have strategies to make shoes, female shoes, for example. And then you don't care about making male shoes, even though the opportunity for male shoes is better, because it's biased. You want to get control over decision and resources. Okay? Doing strategic planning only to satisfy accreditation or regulatory requirements. Okay, in governments, government actually practice strategic management. But sometimes they practice it like as if you must do. So all the government departments are, okay, just do for the sake of doing. Okay? Too far, moving from mission to strategic formulation. Take your time. Look at the OTSW. Do carefully. No communication, the plan. Now here, it's like this. I forgot to mention this one. Where is it? Here. When you are choosing strategies, and when you pass it to this functional area, the functional area must understand why you choose this strategy, what is the long-term objective. They should also little bit understand, because you tell them, the external and environment, you, the strategic management, should tell them what is our mission, how the external and internal now is looking, and from that, these three, we will meet this objective, and from this objective, we'll choose what type of strategy. Okay, now, so these are same, not same. Objectives, okay, number one, EV car in 3 years. Okay, that's the objective. Strategy, selling to China, don't sell to America. Okay, or strategy. The strategy is how to achieve the objective. Okay, like for example, for the EV car one, we want to be number one EV car. Okay, therefore, our strategy is we lobby the government to reduce the tax import duty for EV cars. Okay, or we make EV car cheaper than conventional cars. That are the strategies. Okay, and therefore they need to, all the functional area need to do that. So therefore you need to have communication, because if communication are not clear, or if these people here do not agree. Now, why do the people here don't agree with this kind of strategies? Because you didn't do your homework in the internal environment. You do not understand what is the problem with the functional area. You do not recognize their weakness. You only know how to scold and replace, sack people, bring in new people. That's all you know. But if you're a good environment, if you're a good strategist manager, you will understand this problem here. That's why I say you need to be busybody to understand what they're doing, so that they can understand them. Then you can select strategies and select objective that is not so much out from their expectation. Okay? Sometimes I can say the company good or bad or survive is actually because of How good are you in doing strategic management? Strategic management is a matter of invited to state. This is Sun Tzu art of war. The work either to survive or win. Hence, the imperative is to be studied thoroughly. Know your enemy, know yourself. Okay, 100 battles. Do not let strategic inhibit creative counter movement. Okay, this is one of the last one. Okay, so this is chapter 1. Okay, oh, there's a glare in my face. I cannot do anything. Okay, so any questions so far?
No,
Can you
sir.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Any question?
No question from me.
Okay, so I tell you what, talking 1.5 hours already. Give me a 5 minutes break. We will come back at 4:30 to finish the other chapter. Okay? 5 minutes break.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. Okay, make some noise. Are you all there?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now just now I've given you an overview of what is strategic management. Now, before we proceed with the external and internal environment, and also choosing strategies and also implementing then evaluation, I want to touch on one topic that is called risk. Now, actually, what happened is that we have one former MBA student. She's running a company that deals with medical uh, uh, product, and also she's a medical doctor, one of our MBA students. So after she has graduated, she asked to have a special short course. Of course, we charge lah. That's the normal. And one of the things that uh, I taught her is risk management. So before we actually go into there, because risk management is something that is not normally taught in detail or given enough spotlight when you're running a business. Okay, so the background is she's a study, she's in the medical line, okay, the business. So very fast, just to highlight to you, you need to do risk management in your external environment, internal environment, your strategy, okay, your objective. You need to know that in business things can go wrong. So possibility of a loss, a threat, or hinder or prevent the ability to achieve your objective, a hoped for outcome will not occur. That is called risk. Okay. So risk management, contingency planning, and then crisis management. Oh yeah, this in my class is always practical one. Huh? Okay. First is to manage the risk. Uh, Even though the risk may not appear in the now or does not appear coming soon, you need to have a contingency planning right now. What happens if the risk does appear? And the last one is crisis. And actually, when the risk comes in, the crisis came in, how are you going to manage it? Practical for me. If there is a crisis in your company, only one person must talk to the press, only one person must talk to the shareholders, only one person is facing the outside. We don't want to have 2 or 3% talking. We don't want to have the CEO talking one thing, CFO talking one thing. Okay, the one who talk is most likely the most senior or the one that's more knowledgeable. No need to be the chairman of the board to do the talking to the press or facing the government or facing the public. Okay, for crisis management, one person talk because other people give feedback. He will summarize the feedback and choose how to answer. Okay. So step, identify loss, measure, analyze the loss. This is the risk management process. Select this. This is not given to you because it's not part. So anyway, she's a medical doctor, and I will ask to teach her. So that's an example of where your antenna is and how broad your mind is. Because I was in the manufacturing and supply chain. I am never in the medical industry. But because of antenna, I can tell what are the areas of risk, what specific risk, and what risk management for her, and what kind of contingency plan, okay, that you need to consider, crisis management to consider. She's in the skincare, okay, so she got two. I think one is the clinic business, medical business, and the other is the clinic. So one is clinic, one is skin. So for skincare, also need to identify the risk management, risk area, type of risk, what action is need to be taken, and contingency planning, and also crisis management. Only with good broad experience, high antenna, you can do any sort of industry. Okay, like I say, I am a manufacturer company, supply chain company, two companies, entirely different industry. And now I'm talking about, but anyway, it's still Sony lah. But anyway, if I'm going to give a short course on how to train in practical sense to do risk assessment, even a skincare business or a clinic business, I can do. This is an example. I'm not saying that I want to show you my capability. I'm showing you that you need to have broad scope and high antenna. Okay. So now because the next chapter is based on first one, the external assessment. External means external environment, not controlled by you. Okay. Your company is internal. Okay. External means outside your company. It can be the market, it can be anything. Okay. The government, your competitor, your supplier, all these are external. Okay. Now, some of them you can go through. So now we are going to look at this one. Okay. So now we need to audit. You need to identify the trends. Antenna up. Okay. And the events is not controlled by you. Law changes, political changes, economic changes, social, cultural changes, technology changes. It's not controlled by you. Unless some of the measures is done by you. Okay. Other than that, most of the things you cannot. So when you when you're looking at trends and events, you can review some key opportunity and threats. Now, because the antenna is so wide, you will identify opportunities that is you cannot use one. Let's say, for example, I'm making TVs. Identify, oh, a lot of old people already, so they need wheelchair. So there's an opportunity. Let's make wheelchair, but we don't have the technology for it. So opportunity is there, but your internal is stopping you. Okay. So but anyway, you can identify some which is relevant for you. Okay. Let's talk practical now. Let's call another person name. Where am I now? Okay. Ting. Ting, are you there? Miss Ting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me your industry.
Fintech, IT.
Okay, IT. Oh, very good. IT. Okay, you can identify some opportunities.
Yes.
Sorry, you are cyber security or you are cloud company?
Fintech, payment gateway.
I cannot hear you well because the line no good. How to spell that?
Payment gateway, fintech, FINTECH.
Fintech. Okay. Fintech, huh? FIN, isn't it?
FIN,
FIN, not SIN, huh? That was Singapore Technology or College. Okay, fintech. Okay, what are opportunities? What are the opportunities first? Not 4 or 5?
I'm sorry, opportunity, right, sir?
Yeah, in your industry.
Yeah, actually, now more and more people is using the online payment, the wallet. So the opportunity is, we have more and more scheme or feature coming out. For example, like buy now, pay later, all that. These are opportunity that we could actually see in the market. And of course, for this, we also identify the loyalty program. Even though like fintech industry, of course, fintech is very competitive. Payment gateway is very competitive in the market. So anyone can offer the lower rate. Actually, they can grab the customer. Hence, the company also identify loyalty program which can create the stickiness for the
So
yeah.
So the opportunity is that many people are being more tech savvy and they want to take advantage of whatever the technologies can be offered for the finance environment, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, what are your threats?
Threats. Threats is cybersecurity.
Competition. AI, so many AI come out. The AI can do the code, can make for you straight away. Whatever fintech platform that you can have. Any small little 2 or 3 person company also can make a very nice web browser and so forth, right? And you also you got threats. Yeah, you also got threats like government want to control you guys, right? A lot of legislation. Okay,
correct.
And if you do something wrong, very heavy fine, right?
Yes, correct.
And also maybe certain government want to restrict you, okay? And your competitor want, if you have good technology, your competitor want to buy over you.
Yes, correct.
Whether through a merger or acquisition. So you have a lot of threats. right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now, because there's so many threats, you would like to, how do I say, I won't say, summarize, compartmentalize them. Political compartment, what are the political opportunity and threat? Economic compartment, what are the economic opportunity and threat? Social, what are the opportunity and threat? And then technology changes, what are the opportunity and what are the threats? So that is a very easy way for you to compartmentalize it. Okay, so once you compartmentalize, you can have a easy to grasp. Okay, easy to grasp. Okay, which one is good opportunity, which one is not so good opportunity. And same thing for threats. You can compartmentalize it, the threats politically, the threats socially, economically, or technologically. That's how you can easily do. Okay, this is the practical tip. You see, in most books, they will tell you, okay, SWOT, so under OT, this is what you do, but I will suggest you compartmentalize it. That's easy for you to view. Write it down. Now, how many should you write down? There's no limit. But because of your limited resources, okay, resources means time, money. Time is a very important resource. Don't forget. Time, money, know-how, okay, manpower, money, okay, all these are resources. And your resources are limited. You don't have unlimited money in your company. You don't have unlimited time in your company. You don't have unlimited manpower in your company. So because of your limited, of course, you have to select which compartment to tackle first.
Correct.
Okay. Now, having said that, this is our current situation of our resources. Can we get new resources? If you are quite sure of getting the new resources, that new resources can be put into the equation. If you cannot have the new resources, that means you can only stick with your current resources. You understand? So sometimes people say, company, you can see one company take over another company. Why? Because they want to use their resources. Okay? Or some startup write a very wonderful program, then ChatGPT will take over them. Okay? Because they don't have the resources, so they buy or acquire or merge or joint venture, okay, with these resources. So you need to do the external audit, try to compromise all these things. Okay, so here it is. P, this is not in sequence, because I think economic may be more important because political don't change. Social is also very important because suddenly it changed. Competitive forces, you don't have to worry so much if your strategic management is done very well. You don't have to worry so much about your competition one because you really consider competition. So, but we like to use the easy wording. So that's why we use PEST, P-E-S-T. But in terms of impact, okay, different industry is different. For me, because we are doing consumer products, so economy is important and social is important, then political, then technologies. We put technology here first because last time in Sony, we are very advanced in technology, so we are not so worried about this. We only worry about this in this type of sequence. But for you, easy to remember, so we use the word PEST, P-E-S-T. Okay, P-E-S-T. So every industry is different, but anyway, this is what it means. Okay, so you compartmentalize it. Okay, so let's look at the external forces and organization. So you are now in the fintech industry, so let's look at it. Okay, so maybe you have this kind of impact forces. Okay, the past forces, and then you have, when you break it down, competitor, supplier, distributor, creditor, customer, employee, community manager, and so forth. Okay, then from this tool, you can now see your organization opportunity and threats. Understand? Okay?
Understand.
Okay, now, like I say, there may be opportunity that you cannot take. Let's say you know how to make shoes, but you saw the opportunity to make mineral water. Hey, you have no technology, friend. But opportunity is there. Okay, climate very hot. Everybody want to drink mineral water, but you have never made mineral water before, and you cannot acquire another. Mineral water company. You are stuck with making shoes. So you will look for opportunity that's valid for your industry. Okay, so how do you identify? Because there's so many opportunities all the time, so many threats all the time. So how do you identify one? You try to look for, when identifying and prioritizing key external factors, AQCD. Okay. Now, if you remember last time, maybe in school, quite easily done. QED. Okay. So, but this one is AQCD. We can take action on that opportunity. If you cannot take action on that opportunity, that is not your opportunity for you. That is opportunity for somebody else. Now, within the same industry, let's say, for example, your fintech. Okay, fintech got many players. Each player, some opportunity, player A can, player B cannot. Other opportunity, player B can, player A cannot. So look at your industry and look at your own business. Some you can action one. Those cannot action one, you can take it out. Don't waste your time. And it can be quantifiable. This one very important. We don't want to have dreams. When you're making mission, vision, objective strategies, no dreaming is allowed. Okay? And no assuming is allowed. Okay, now I tell a joke, can I? I tell a joke, don't get angry, You know how to spell assume? Think, how to spell assume?
ASSUME.
ASSUME,
assume.
What does that mean? You mean the S, oh, you and me. That's what assume means. You don't assume. You must be very clear. Why? Why must you be very clear? Because you are going to have to make your company survive. Only your company survive, you can pay salary, you can buy raw materials, you can expand. So you don't assume. It must be quantified as much as possible. Okay, so don't blame me. I purposely show you this one because this is practical thinking for you. My class, all practical. Don't worry so much. Okay, I don't teach theory. No use one. Theory can keep. Practical is more important. That's my thinking now. Okay, then comparative. Compare to the previous, before your strategies, before your new strategy. Divisional. Can you split it down to functional level? So the functional level can be achieved. Functional level people must be able to achieve their strategies. Okay? If they cannot achieve the strategy that is pointing in just now the chart direction, they will make their own strategies. And whatever strategy may be contradicting, say, okay, I give you an example. In my company last time, production, we are making TVs, understand? So some of the production come out, the TV no good. Why no good? Parts, no good quality. Why parts no good quality? Production say, I don't know. I receive the parts from the warehouse, the parts no good. So I bring into my TV, the TV is come out no good lah. So when we go and trace a warehouse, where you get the parts from? This kind of quality of purchasing. We ask purchasing, hey purchasing, why the parts no good? You know what purchasing say? Purchasing strategy is to reduce cost. So they look for lousy suppliers. So they give you lousy quality parts, give it to production. Production going to make it come out the spoil TV. One example. Another example, TV. We make TV. And the TV is no good quality, slow in making. You ask the production, hey, why your people so slow? The plan is to make 1,000 set every hour. Why you making less? Production say, I don't know. The girls are not well trained. We train also cannot. Then we ask, hey, why like that? Where you get these girls? HR bring one. HR, where you bring these girls? HR say, I try to reduce the salary bill. That's why I'm getting a cheap, not so good educated, not so IQ girls. So they cannot do very well. But HR achieve their target, which is to bring the cost. Purchasing manager achieve their target because they buy cheap material. It's the production people having problem. And therefore, at the end of the day, the TV gets spoiled and we have a lot of cost. So when you have functional department in fighting, very common. Okay, very common to have. Don't stop the fighting. It's human nature. Understand what's the problem, go and solve. Okay, very difficult to have 100% perfect. Okay, people are people, they always got infighting. Okay, please understand that because that's practical. Okay, don't go and say raise the motivation of staff give more training give more communication there will be lesser dispute or no dispute. No such thing. There's no such thing. No dispute. Practically every time we dispute. That's why it's called firefighting. Okay, so but the key point is to understand that every functional department must have the same strategies that can move the corporate strategy. Okay? So, this is that. So these are example of different forces, shift to service gig economy or whatever it is and import export factors so social factors all this you can read yourself. Okay? Life expectancy political change in law suddenly GST comes in suddenly the income tax rate go up okay, suddenly the VAT technology something, one new entrepreneur come out a new product, a new idea 3D printing Internet of Things so many okay, so these are all. Now, many firms have a chief information or sales technology. This is only for a very big company that is doing, let's say, for example, electronics, semicon, that kind of business. Okay. Most of us don't have that way. So now, important part is to identify the rival firm. Can you see? We are going to identify our opportunity, threat, strength, and weakness. If you can, you should also be able to identify your rival firm. Because if you can identify the rival firm, you can make strategic management for them. Therefore, you will know possibly what they're going to do. If you can understand what your opponent is going to do, you can have now one step ahead. What do I always say? Broaden horizon, up your antenna. Not only for your company. Do you know your competitor? Do you know? Best practical. When you buy parts from a supplier, okay? If you are buying parts from a supplier, the supplier do not just supply to you. Your supplier also may be supplying to your competitor. Talk to your supplier. Hey, talk to your suppliers. Hey, Jeff, what parts are they buying from you? What specs are they buying for you? Okay, what color they are buying from you? Sometimes the supplier will tell you, and this is called business intelligence. If you can know what the competitor is doing ahead of time, you will already have the countermeasure. You don't wait for the competitor to do their strategy and then take over your market share. That is the rule, terrible thing. Correct? Competitive intelligence or business intelligence, like I say, reverse engineering, rival product, use survey, or whatever it is. So, anything else? Okay, 5 forces of competition. This one is actually come from Michael Porter. So, bargaining power, potential development, all this. This is a method. Okay, it's not OTSW. Don't confuse. OTSW come first. Okay, after you have done the OTSW, then if you want, you can do these 5 forces to understand the OTSW. OTSW better. This is a method to make the OTSW your understanding of OTSW better by using this method. This method do not substitute the logic of OTSW. Okay, I want to say, many times you attend courses and you read books or read articles, they will talk about 5 forces. 5 forces is not a strategic making tool. The strategic making tool that I've seen so far, the best is OTSW. Okay, so the OTSW is the best thing you can to make your corporate objective. How to make the better OTSW? You can use tools, like I say, broaden your mind, antenna, or micro 5 portals. There are many tools. These are tools. Don't confuse tools to make strategies. I repeat, this is very important, and we see sometimes that people confuse tools as making strategies. Tools are not making for strategies. Tools are tools. Okay? Tools will help you to make the strategies. Tools don't make strategy. Okay? Can you understand? If you understand potential power or substitute product, bargaining power or supplier, rivalry, understand bargaining power or consumer, what is all this? This is to understand the OT. That's all. Okay? By itself, you should not make strategy based on this one. I will teach you a method later on. IME and EFE, internal factor evaluation, external, which follow exactly from the OTSW. Okay, so but anyway, this is part of your syllabus, and in many courses in strategic management, so you just know about these forces. Doesn't mean that you have to use these forces, these tools, to make your assumption. Okay, here comes this one. This is what I'm talking about. EFE. Now, when we go to next chapter, the internal, we will do the internal factor evaluation. Okay? You are allowed to summarize. So, forget about this. Let's talk the total. Okay. Let's say, I give you an example, 10 theater cinema complex. Okay? GSC, Golden Cinema. Okay? We will identify the 10 factors. Okay? Don't put 30 or 50 lah, too much lah. Crazy are you? Okay? So maybe 10 or 15 factors, page 1, page 2. These are the external threats, and this is the external opportunity. So maybe 7 here for opportunity. The next one, maybe another 7 or 8 for threats. You put it all. Now, how do you get these external warnings? Broad line, antenna, and you can use other two like micro portal. Okay, when you are in that industry, that's why I say you always must be broad-minded. Okay, antenna up. Go and see YouTube, talk lah. Don't care wherever you go, just do it. Okay, scan the drive. Oh, sorry, hang on. Where am I now? Okay. So you go and put in all your factors. You can do this one Sunday, tomorrow, in your own company. Just put in some figures, some wording, weight and rating. Now, what is weighting and rating? Weight, external opportunity and external threat, add up together, the weight is equal to 1. It's equal to probability. Understand? The weighting. And the rating 1 to 4. Now, what does that mean? It means, wait, how important is this opportunity or threat to the industry success? That's what it means. That's how you add this weight here. Can you see the thing here? How important is this? Rule of thumb, major opportunity or threat, 0.1, 0.2, moderate. Okay, of course, depending on how many lines you have, right? But anyway, the grand total of the weight of OT must equal to 1. How important is this to your industry success? Not to your company success, to your industry success. Rating 1 to 4, superior, above, average, how effective is the company current strategy in responding to this factor? So what the factor, each one of these is a factor. You understand? These are all factors. Whether you're internal factor, these are all factors. You put 7, 8, you put 7, 8, okay? You put in all your weighting, total tied to 1, and these are the example of the amount, and how you put this weighting, how important is this? The probability will tie back to 1, to the industry success. And the weighting is your company current strategy. This is the science to calculate. Where's the art? The art is finding this one, my friend. And I cannot teach you. Every industry is different, and every time is different because of changes, because of PEST. This will keep on changing. The art is here, identifying the factor. This is the science. And this is the weighted score. Okay, so now you look carefully. Oh, it's a very important opportunity now. Maybe we should consider this one for our resources, right? Let's look at trade. Oh, this is a very important trade. Trade towards healthy living, eroding concession sales of popcorn in the theater. Oh, this is a very trade. How are we going to defeat it? Non-sugar, non-oily popcorn. Okay, this is the example, and you get a score here. We will use this score later on. Please understand how to do. Now you can identify for yourself as a homework to learn, to help you to open your mind and up the antenna for the art. Is that understood? You need to practice strategy management. You need to practice, and when you practice it, your thinking change. Danny, when you do this one, you will change your mind from being a financial guy to a company guy. Who pays more? Of course, I mean the generalist, the company one who can survive, ensure the survival for my company. Accountant, I can employ. Tomorrow, sack, bring in another one. Generalist is a very difficult one to be replaced. Understand? Okay? So that's what I mean. Now we can do another profile. Okay? These are some of the success criteria. The weighting, same thing. The weighting, company A, your company, fintech A, fintech B company, fintech C. Then you see where are you? Again, this is the art. The weighting can be considered science. Okay, this is the art that is important. And how you put in here is the art also. The science is just the calculation now, you understand now? The science is the calculation. Now, to do this correctly, weighting and weighting, you must be totally honest. You cannot have any bias. If you're having bias, then of course, the scoring will be wrong. Can you imagine this one? Look at this. Now you have bias over this or maybe favorable on this one, so your score and your weighting will be different. And that will have a weighted score will make your decision making different. Okay? So far understand? Any question? Okay, now discussion. Another 1 minute more. Antenna. With antenna and a broad mind, you can see many things. That's all I'm talking about for external environment. Antenna, broad image, helicopter view. I like to call this helicopter view. When I started strategic management many years ago, I told my boss I want to have a helicopter view. They never heard of helicopter view. These are CEOs from Japan. They never heard. They never consider. So a helicopter view is strategic view. Okay, to get all the data, then only. Now, where you get a source? You ask lah, academic institution, competitor analysis, conference, industry event, you go talk to consultant advisory, if you got economic, financial report, government report, industry association, market research firm, media, all the various media lah, you know, YouTube lah, TikTok lah, Facebook lah, whatever it is, okay? Public database, statistic, government one, social media platform, survey feedback if you are doing primary data researching, or walking around. Walking around, you see. Especially when you're talking about functional area, you should be walking around and talking to people, not the managers, the junior one also, but stop. Understand them, observe what they are doing, right like that one, okay? So, a strategy manager job is a very funny job. There's no functional area. You need to be a jack of all trades. You know why I put in the last word here? You want to be a good strategy management? You better be curious. If you are not curious, you cannot get the external and internal environment. If you cannot get the external and internal environment, you cannot make good strategies, corporate strategy. If you cannot make good corporate strategy, you cannot use the correct strategy to implement your corporate strategy. And if you cannot have the correct strategy, the functional people will having the wrong strategies. And they are all doing all funny things. And then at the end of the day, your actual plan will be different. I don't know, you understand what I say, but I will try to put this to video, right? Is there any question? Sorry, where's my class monitor?
No, sir.
Everything
No, sir.
clear? Okay, wait,
Yes,
you all don't do anything, Wait. I must take your attendance before I forget.
Should
Participant.
we put the WhatsApp?
No. Because
Oh,
this
the
one actually,
camera?
this software actually got attendance one. You see?
Oh.
Yeah, I can show it to you.
Oh.
See? Who joined? I can sort by name later on. What time you join, what time you leave, okay? And so forth, okay? I can sort any join what time, leave what time, Safina. So hopefully, how many people? Some left because they have got work to do and no choice, or some left because why does Amira come in and left?
Safina, because the
Okay,
line
mind, up
was
to her.
bad. The line was bad at the sorry.
Okay lah. Just calling you lah. Okay, I'm not so serious lah. Okay. Wait, hang on. I tell you what first. I will stop sharing first. Okay. So far, any question? Okay, I will stop the recording. Wait. Yes. You have any question? Anybody got any question?
No
Yeah,
question.
Mr. Chia, will you be sharing your recording later? Can we get this recording?
Oh, that's why you come to class late. I told you
No,
I will
was there.
download this one.
I was there.
I download this
there the
one. I
whole
will
day.
upload to YouTube. I will give you the URL. Then you go to
Okay.
YouTube yourself and see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sure. Thank you.
Wait. Don't go off first. Okay, I will stop the recording now.
Okay.
Stop recording. Okay.